then another one would start in a couple seconds, and it would keep going, and another one would start, and then it would keep going. It was wild.
Wow.
It
All
was
right,
wild.
so let's see. It says that we're going to be live, Trina, so I don't know, hon.
It says
Uh,
live. I believe we are.
are we live?
I think so. I
I
will
think so
chat.
because I'm seeing the delay now, but it's not coming. I think on the other, um,
Oh, I don't see us live yet. Hold on.
yeah, um, it's not showing.
Oh, yes, I see us live.
Do you see us
Wayne,
live?
it's opening up two different channels, I think. We might, something's going on with that with the, yeah. Hi, guys. I think we're live. Wayne can't see that we're live. Yes, we're live. Chat's coming in. We are live.
Okay, all right. It's
Yes,
just
we
not
are.
going live on the other side of the coin. So, um, we'll record this just so we'll have it. How's that?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's live.
Okay.
Hi,
Hey,
guys.
everybody. Hi.
We're here.
Uh,
YouTube's been a little weird, guys.
yeah.
Really weird.
And to let everyone know, there's a key code you have to put in, and for some reason, there's a glitch on Zoom's in
Yeah, see,
where,
Nina's saying it's a different stream again, like it's
yeah,
creating two streams.
yep, 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 yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi.
that's well, hi everyone. At least we're live. Trina,
Yes.
are you live?
Yes, I'm looking
Yeah,
at the
you're live.
phone. I'm like, I see chat. I see we are live. And I mean, but like I said, it says, yeah, recording live on my screen. So,
And you got a
but
mobile. I know that people with the desktop are probably
but
not
you know,
seeing it.
I was in the previous chat and that one was not showing us live. So I closed out and I went to your notification on my, and I clicked that, and that's where we were. So there's two things going on here.
Uh, yeah, they say technology is a liberator. I don't see it that way. I'm just telling you, I don't see it that way. And
Yes,
I,
yes, the chaos. It's, oh boy.
yeah, David says, need to refresh. Wayne's live on a different thumbnail.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
and I know what's going on, folks. I really do. There's, you have to put in the key code over on Zoom, and Zoom and YouTube are still dancing, Trina. How's that? I'll just be polite and say,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So anyway, I think we can do this. People pick up on the second chat. And
Yes, yeah, I think, yeah, they're figuring it out because, yeah,
well,
yeah.
Bosto,
Weird.
everyone, favor. So good to see you. Hello, Big Al. Robert V is in the room. Lost in space. Why is April Fool? I think Shannon. I'll keep that one. Darth, our really good friend. Nina the Mystic. Delta Hook Set. Welcome. I haven't seen that one before. Heidi and Martin from, I think, Netherlands. I think. Uh,
Happy birthday.
yes, it is. Da, 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 da.
Da-da-da-da.
Brenda's birthday today.
Yeah,
Brian's mom, Milky Way's mom. Happy birthday, Brenda.
happy
You know,
birthday. So
um,
much love to you.
we send you with lots of energy, and we love you, and you're part of the tribe now, girl. There ain't no
Oh,
leaving.
yeah, always and forever.
You're in. That's all I got to say.
That's it. And like that, happy birthday. We love you so
Yeah,
much.
it's so good to have you here with us, and we we got a fabulous group here, Trina. There's just no doubt about it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Love. I could just feel the love.
See, Loretta says I dropped Facebook, so here I stay.
Yes, yeah, yes, yes.
Well, that's liberation, I would say, right? I
Absolutely,
mean,
absolutely,
I'm just,
absolutely.
I think, I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Things are
Uh,
crazy, and these alignments are crazy right now. Things are just,
Weird.
the energy is really powerful. So, guys, manifest well, dream the dream, because we got to keep anchoring into the potential positive timeline. Because I think we're getting ready to go through some type of a shift again. It just feels like it. Woo.
I'm right there with you, Trina. I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
Mhm.
um,
Woo.
it's definitely, and I'm starting this cycle again where I'm being awake at, about 3 o'clock, and
Me too.
it's the
Yep.
lucid dreaming is becoming, I wrote you
Yeah.
the experience that I had
Mhm.
Sunday morning, and
It
it's
was awesome, Wayne. You should share.
I can actually read it. You'll keep seeing
Yeah,
the
that
same.
would be
Let
excellent
me
because
see
you
if
guys, it was awesome.
let me
This is Ascension. This is what it is.
let
It's a
me
beautiful.
find. I
Yeah.
get I get so many
Everybody's
emails, folks. It's
no
like some.
problem. Everybody's starting to connect to things that are bigger than our physical reality.
Yes,
And that
yes.
is a beautiful thing.
Here we go. So folks, I'll read you what I sent to Trina, and I wrote another good friend. The same. It was very profound. It was one of those states. I knew I was lucid dreaming, Trina.
Yep.
It wasn't. You know.
It's one of those I'll never
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
moments. I get it. There's a
Yeah.
different area of the brain that's working when you're there. Yeah.
So what I wrote you was this. I said, in the midst of an ever increasing chaos, I find myself separating more into my spirit being, and there are new doors opening before me. The sense of expectation of something wonderful, wonderfully wonderful, has permeated my being. I have the most educating adventures here recently in my consciousness, and no doubt in my subconscious as well. This morning, as I was in that lucid state, I found myself traveling the cosmos. I was visiting galaxies, saw so many different colored stars and planets. I remember asking FP, and this is in parentheses, my perfect name for the creator. All credit goes to obviously to Pam Grout. I want to be able to stand in the middle of a sun. And Trina, the next thing I saw was our sun. It's huge. Yet
Yeah.
FP showed me a sun that was bigger than our solar system, in this case, 9 billion miles across. And then I could see so many different suns that consume different elements such as iron, helium, neon, argon, all having different colors. I was hovering above a purple planet,
Mhm.
not on it, but in orbit.
Yeah.
Then I came back to my body fully only to discover it was just a little after 4 a.m.
That is
And then I
so
wrote you the
fun.
rest, what I said. I'm experiencing the ability to connect to something greater than I, and it is so fulfilling. This is nothing like I have experienced before. There is a gentleness, a certain assurance connected to it. FP showed me something that I'm going to share with the tribe. It showed me energy, and Trina, it was beyond description. All I can say is our energy. Energy is greater than spirit. Spirit is energy, but energy is not spirit because energy is greater. No universe can contain it. No dimension can restrict it. And yet it is no bigger than an atom with positrons, neutrons, electrons, and molecules. The smallest rules the largest. There you go.
That is so profound. And,
Yeah.
and the field potential, the FP,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. And you just connected to it.
It's amazing because I find it so it's comfortable.
Yes, it
Yeah.
feels second nature,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
natural.
struggle offending someone by calling it God because I don't know what your perception of God is.
To me, that would be what more closely to what my perception of God would be. It's
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it's like the Father essence creator God thing can't work in without it's a different energetic potential when it blends with matter.
Hmm.
So it's the blending of the masculine and the feminine, and it's a powerful it creates that spark, that spark.
It's the thing about energy. You know, we're taught by doctrine, and man's philosophy is that we're a spirit, because when we die, we have the ideas that the title of this, does a spirit need a brain for consciousness to exist? And, you know, when you look at it, we've been taught that spirit is everything. But I think, again, as we keep finding in these paradigms, spirit can't be everything, because spirit still requires energy.
See, I see, what I see is spirit is the invisible part that actually is the creative operating system. And then when I see energy, electricity, that's interaction with matter causing like what I would call electricity. To me would be what would be deemed to me a spiritual fire. So
Okay.
it's a different base of creation. Does that make sense? That's
Sure.
how I
Yeah,
see it.
absolutely.
Yeah. So this is still, you're talking matter, physicality. So the sun here, everything's still based upon physicality. When you get to the really high spiritual realms, I don't even think electricity is needed, because they don't need energy, because the energy emanates from within. It's not reflective. It's a completely shifting of light. The light emanates from itself. It does not need anything. It's emanating from its own self. And this is a reflective light system. So it's a different kind of light system.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what, so I think spirit, in my mind, like spirit is it's the unseen templates of creation itself. And then the water, when it hits the water, it creates the images. And then from the images, you drop down into physicality, into physical forms of these images and templates. So that's just how I've been shown.
Well, you know, and while you were talking, I was carried off in thought the other day on gold. AU, that's
Yeah.
the periodic symbol for gold. And its atomic weight, everything else. And it became very clear to me, gold is an element that it's so dense, yet it is the purest conductive conduit for energy.
That
Uh,
makes so much sense, because like the sun is our information center.
yeah.
So where we get most of our information is from the sun and from the photonic light and through the different light that comes in.
Hmm.
So that would make so much sense, because they told me that gold was liquid sun.
You know, and it gets back to that question, Trina, then the spirit realm.
Mhm.
Is the spirit realm affected by our star, our sun?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Well, then that would imply that all stars would have an influence on the spirits that are within its, I don't know how to say this other than
Within its
the
realm of
capture.
vicinity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
It's captured
That's
your ass, buddy.
yeah, and that goes back to the all or one thing too, because once you get locked into these specific constructs, you become one with that construct somehow. So just like,
Excuse me.
yeah, we have a collective consciousness on this planet, but when, yeah, you have it the same, I think, in other places.
And it's that whole idea again about where are we in this? I can get the
What's
physicality,
going on?
but where the hell are we above that? I'm not sure, because it seems to be, it's an interesting thing. I was digging, and as I was digging, it became very clear where you could see different strata of the soil. And all of a sudden, I'm just staring at this, and I'm hearing this thought in my head that says, the spirit realm is nothing more than a layer.
Yes, that's how I
We
see
don't
it.
perceive that there's something above the spirit realm.
Yes, I'm telling you, that's, I think, the biggest part of the reincarnation, because there's many mansions in that.
If a mansion would be equated to
A perceived reality of like a
yeah,
heaven that you would go to, and you
a
would go
plane of
there for,
existence, a dimension.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And you
yeah,
agree to go in it because it's kind of your idea of what it should be.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, the
You know,
thought,
they say when you die, don't look back. Not even once. Just don't look back. Don't look back. So yeah, that's so, you know, it's funny. You hear these little things and they stick and you're like, why would they say that? You
well,
know?
now I can get it. I mean, it's the siren song, you know, come
Yeah.
here, come back.
Yes.
We want you. And then they
Absolutely.
break out, welcome back. You know, you start
Absolutely.
doing welcome back Carter again, going, oh crap.
Absolutely. Yep. They're like, oh boy, here you go again.
You know, it's like, well, there we go.
Yeah, because you know, physicality is an entropy system. It does need energy, and it has limited energy capabilities before things, you know, it die and then regenerate again. So yeah, it's very interesting when you look at it that way of
Well, you
where
know,
we're at.
it in the spirit realm. This is what I've always contemplated. Now, in the Gospel of the book of John, I think, in fact, it may be the 21st verse. I don't know, chapter. But the point is, Jesus has resurrected. He's on the shore making breakfast for the disciples.
Mhm.
And they're coming in after fishing all night, and they can see some dude there with a fire, the whole bit. So the story goes, Peter and the Christ are talking, and Peter says, "You're eating."
Mhm.
And the Christ said, "Yes." He
Mhm.
said, "You are flesh and blood. I am spirit and blood."
Wow. See, no bone,
No bone,
no flesh,
no flesh.
the boneless ones.
Still has the blood lineage.
Yes, but it's light. So the boneless ones, what I've seen, like they're blue and like purple, they're light beings. But they got bodies, but
Yeah.
they don't have to have bodies. They can not have bodies too. But yeah, they're the boneless ones, and wow, high level. So that might be what he's talking about. That he comes from that.
It's something that has always amazed
See, Wayne,
me.
the invisible templates from creation. There's light that we can't fathom because it's different kind. It operates from inside out. So, like I said, we're inverted. Everything here is flipped backwards. It's a death system. It's a time system. You know, it's a material realm. So, yeah,
Some say that we don't even know light yet because,
yeah, I would totally agree that that could be very possible.
yeah,
Yeah,
the true
very.
light can only be seen in the ether.
That's the light I'm talking about. It's an
Mhm.
etheric, it's a different kind of
Yeah.
light, different kind
Yeah.
of light.
The only reason why we see things here is that the density means that those photons are being stopped. And at different vibrational levels is what we call the material world.
Yeah.
So I'm making tea before the show, right? And I
Uh-huh.
get lost in this thought again, and I'm having, you know, one of those matrix moments. I'm looking at the spoon, and for the first time, Trina, I'm looking at this spoon represented by this pen, and I realize that there are two vibrational interactions taking place here. In fact, there's probably much more than that. But the fact that I was able to hold the spoon and see its molecule makeup, knowing that it's vibrating at a
Mhm.
certain frequency other than my own.
Absolutely. It's
And that's
profound.
when it's how it has to be that way in the in the realm that we call the hereafter.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's very similar.
I
I
think it
really
is.
do. I really, really do. I really do. That's why you got to get higher. And that's about consciousness, and consciousness raises the vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter, I said it's the pen representing the spoon.
The spoon.
Ooh, the
There
spoon.
is no spoon.
There is no
There
spoon.
is no spoon. Yes. Yeah. When you
I was
start
like,
to see how everything is energy, yeah, it changes the view.
so let's carry this forward because the conversation is one, if thought is transmuted or transcends the death experience,
Mhm.
well, we call consciousness now because we have a brain, typically weighs about 9 pounds in the average human.
Mhm.
And within this organ, all the neurons are going and the electrical energy is being harvested, et cetera, et cetera. We call that consciousness.
Mhm.
But yet, when we transcend these bodies, the thing is then does the spirit need a brain to possess consciousness?
See, I absolutely think it does not.
Good, good. I'm in the same camp.
Yeah,
Um,
not at all. Absolutely not. And it's so funny too, because our brain just does not hold consciousness. There's your body holds consciousness.
well,
There's
if we sleep, that's a leaking of consciousness.
yes, it's
I
so
mean, in a
crazy.
sense.
Yeah. And they say, energy can never die. It can never be, it's, created, never destroyed. Yeah. So that's consciousness. And like when you heal people, sometimes like personalities come out of their systems and that consciousness is continuing forward. It's not destroyed. So yeah, I think it's way bigger than a brain, but I think it's based on a brain of light in material matter. These light codes form like a complex structure of creation. So yeah, it's very complex, but no, I don't think we need a brain at
Well,
all.
if we exit these bodies, and I guess that's always up for. By the way, the thought that energy is neither created nor destroyed is not. I read a physics paper on that.
Mhm.
That's not true. Energy can be destroyed and it can be created. If it wasn't created, there would be no Big Bang.
I believe it goes into the flux of the antis.
Now, you see, and that isn't factored into our
Correct.
physics.
And that's
Yeah,
what I'm telling you. There's opposites
there's a
in
big
everything
gap.
here. Yeah, everything has opposites here, and they're not
Yeah.
looking at the other side, the dark side, the feminine side. They're not looking at it. We've missed it in religion now. Now it's gone all the way through science, and that's the missing link. They're not seeing the subconscious part of the operating system.
That's the problem with the current paradigm that we are
Yeah,
in physics is that
yeah,
Einstein was never able to find the unified theory.
yeah.
He came up with energy, which is nothing more than matter.
It's the spark, it's that fire,
Yeah,
which
but
is
we
the
forgot the
union
ether.
from the two, and that's what they're missing. They're thinking it's
Yeah.
masculine, and it's not. It's literally like a pregnancy. It's that spark fire. It's creation in an energetic form. Yeah, the etheric is different than the energetic, and that's like I said,
It
it
has to be. I mean,
it
it
is.
may in fact be antimatter.
Yeah,
I think about this. I mean, if
yeah.
if you look at what we are
Mhm.
and the fact that, we see evidence that there is something on the other side,
Yeah.
there is, and it was up until basically Einstein where the separation, where science no longer paid attention to the etheric
Mhm.
and we went strictly with a material.
Right, right, and now they're getting the quantum, so the
Yeah,
quantum's starting to deal with some of the more ethereal.
exactly. Well, in fact, the
Yeah,
quantum is the ethereal.
it is spooky stuff at a distance is what they call it. Yeah, it is.
It
I wonder
is.
why. Like, oh, wait, what's going on here? If we look at it, it changes. If we don't, it does whatever it wants. They're like, what is happening?
I mean,
Yeah,
we have Schrodinger's cat all over the place.
yes.
And, someone wanted to talk about the rods. I mean, these things are amazing. I mean, they can be used for divination, but I've never saw the purpose until now of
Right.
actually using this
Mhm.
as a way to control the waveform that permeates us 24/7.
Yeah, because we're antennas, and if you know how to direct the energy, Yeah.
Yeah.
Go shoot that into your garden for a while, Wayne. See what happens.
My garden is DOD.
I
Dead
get
on
it. I get
dead.
it. But when you plant
Oh,
next time,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
focus on specific plants and go and do that and see what happens to them. It's mind blowing.
I do experiments in my yard. I have a big roll of copper,
Uh-huh.
and I do experiments where I'll form a circle, basically looping the copper in where they're connecting, but in the earth. Then
Wow.
I'll stand in the middle with these, and it is, I swear there's almost times where I think that they're, I did this all about 12
I was
o'clock
gonna
at
say,
night.
wait, I think you just created a Torah field
Well, it was really interesting because the light it's the faintest of sparks that will actually appear.
and it's
It was weird.
purple. It's like a purple
It's
color,
not,
right?
yeah,
Yep.
and it's very
Plasma.
difficult to
See?
see. Yeah.
Plasma.
Lynn said, she says, you're gonna electrocute yourself. I said, well, if
It's like
that happens,
Einstein.
then we find. Now,
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
we're going to play an electrical storm with the kite on your, with the key on the
no,
kite. That's how we found electricity. It's yeah, yeah.
I contend, you know what I was doing it? I think that I can open a portal.
That's what I'm telling you. I think you
I think
created
I
a
can.
Torah field
Yeah,
that's literally opening up a
yeah,
spatial differential between a vibrational
yeah.
space and another. I literally saw that you were creating a field.
I have
Yeah,
an ohms meter that, I keep, and it's amazing to see what, um, the,
that's copper is the most powerful
besides gold.
capturer and deliverer of energy. It
Yeah,
it's one
yeah.
of the best, and I wonder if that's why the giants wore all the copper.
Oh, that's a very good point.
And then also too, they say they had blue blood, and that's because the copper oxidizes blue in the blood. So
In
that would
fact,
make so much
humans that
sense.
have more copper develop what they call, what is it? Ketoacidosis.
Yeah.
Kill you.
Yes.
You'll have to get a blood transfusion.
Correct. Yep.
You don't want to know why?
You could probably pull that out with those machines.
I have one half of that gene.
Oh
And
wow.
when I had the Berkeley test done, and so when my doctor saw that, then immediately, they sent me over to a hematologist, and because the concern was is that maybe I did have, ketoacidosis, and the weird thing is I have one half of the gene,
Wow.
don't have the other one. So
Profound.
yeah,
Profound.
um, yeah.
Wow.
So, Jargo
Isn't that
says,
amazing how your book has its own genetic things like it's it's all unique on its
yeah,
own. There's probably not very many people that have that, but if they have that, they don't have all this other stuff. Nobody's the same. It's
no.
profound.
So, Trina, if that is true on the inside, it tells me then, we're not all of the same spiritual origins.
No,
Think we're all
they
the
would
same
say we
spirit.
come from stardust and stuff.
I think we come from different star systems.
That's what I've seen. Because that's what I was shown. It's
Yeah.
like each one of you are a universe unto itself.
You
And
know
I
how
was
I
like,
got
what? No,
exactly.
but that could be because when you look at a molecule, everything for a universe is within it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, as above, so below. You aren't kidding, I guess, right? Wow. Yeah. So that's what I've seen, and they showed me a couple different universes, and they're different. They were so different.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing that, where unfortunately, religious dogma, it gets into this thing about when we transcend. I mean, there may be a receiving center, which I have seen, that basically you've got spirits coming in from every different direction. And I can tell you we don't go to the same place, folks.
Yeah.
I My experience, Trina, was that I saw where literally there are groups that go in one direction over here. There are others that go over here, and you
Yes.
don't see what's beyond once they,
No.
yeah,
Yep. Yeah,
yeah,
they're going in completely different vibrational densities.
I
Yeah,
see. Yeah, yeah,
that is all it is. Remember, I told you, yeah, that magnet
yeah.
is going to pull you exactly what your charge is. That's it.
Someone's writing, Peter, you're absolutely right. I can hear Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young. Uh, I always think of Woodstock when I hear that. We are golden, and we got to get back to the garden. Yep, 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 yep.
Get back to the
The
garden.
garden, get back to the
Yes.
garden. I mean, it seems that that is the ultimate game. We want to get back to
You know
paradise.
what? And maybe because I was told you create heaven on earth, and right now we're looking at substantial food problems. We might need to all really start putting that energy into this planet to return this to a garden, because heaven on earth, that would be one of the direct needed manifestations for that to happen. It would need to be where everybody had abundant food.
You know, I keep thinking, Trina, that I actually wrote this down,
Mhm.
and it says, why is good news so rare?
It's not the program.
And you know, when you look at this and you go, okay, baby,
There,
um, all right, it truly is a matter of your conditioning, your programming.
totally.
Because if you watch the news, the 24/7 programming cycle, your your energy is going to be very dense,
Yeah, you're
very
really
dark.
programmed. That's the
Yeah.
highest level of programming is on the news. So yeah, that's really gonna
Yeah.
get you. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
answered and I said, but I get good news every day.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you?
Yeah, and I make sure I get good news every day by choosing what I read, choosing what I look at. I mean, I'm trying to keep up on what's going on in the world, but as soon as I like, okay, I think I know what's going on in the world, then I go and find something that I want to see in my reality, and I'll spend equal or greater time doing that. So I'm putting out those thoughts into the matrix, that energy into the world, because that's what we're doing right now is we've got to, like I said, those magnets, it will pull you where your charge is. So you need to stay in a positive mindset, in a creative mindset, as much and as much as you can right now, because we're literally, I think they're trying to put us into a jump position again. And we need to hold strong with vision and potential and no fear.
We're Lynn and I have made the decision we're not going to participate in the madness.
Right.
We don't care what the debates are. We don't care. We just it's so toxic for me. It feels like there's ants crawling over me if I'm around any of these news broadcasts.
Absolutely.
I can actually feel it.
You
And
know,
I
yes,
said, honey,
Wayne,
we don't need this.
I haven't watched it in years. And it's so funny because like if I sometimes get my nails done, they'll have it on. And it's
Yeah.
so powerful because I haven't seen it in a while. And then I'm watching it, and the flashing lights and the colors and the messages. And I'm like, oh my, wow. You don't realize how toxic it is until you don't
It's
expose yourself to it, and then
terrible.
it hits you like a freight train.
When I used to, as my wife said, she said that she had married loneliness because I was traveling so much. But I was telling her, I said, the thing about it is, as the awakening process started, and I really contend, Trina, most of us here have gone through a metamorphosis process. I
Yes.
think our spirits have cocooned, come forth, the pulpi, and and when I was in that world, um, you can get away from it. I mean, in most airports, there's one cable news that is only out there. Even when I was in the United Club and the American Club, is the problem was it was being broadcast up there.
all around you.
I mean,
Yeah,
exactly.
all
Yeah.
around. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was part of the plan. I mean, because
Yeah.
that's where they got all of the subliminal anchoring done, was back in the 80s and the 90s.
And then you get
So,
on the board and then you have it, direct TV. You can watch it the whole time you're on the flight.
absolutely.
I mean, it's
Yep.
just, you know,
Well, that's what I mean. I really see that, it needs to be a very aggressive um, program to override our natural potential. They would not be trying this hard if they were not so freaking scared, freaked out, like scared of what we're going to do. Because, man, we so
it tells me as
outnumber them.
well.
Wayne, the numbers are just off the hook. I mean, we way outnumber. So, yeah, they're scared of this. So, yeah, they've been doing everything they can to keep everybody asleep.
Oh, and they're doing a great job of this. Let's see. Wise April Shannon, I'll call her by her name. I worked in local news for 12 years and now I refuse to watch the mainstream news. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, well, Shannon, you and I come from similar backgrounds. I was the president of the ITVA for a year and the International Television Association.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah. And I keep telling people I know this because I worked as a producer in the edit suite. Um, we were a post house, so we took, business, broadcast, industrial, didn't matter. But what I can tell you that a beer company was one of my clients,
Mhm.
and I won't say the name, but there is you can insert images, single frames in the 30 frames per second that video is. You just interlace the frames and yeah, it
It's
control you, baby.
powerful. People
Yeah, it
don't realize,
is.
and especially too when they're throwing symbols,
Oh,
because that goes into a whole different layer of your consciousness that is connected to the more ancient parts of your consciousness. So yeah, they're
and all the programming is, by the way, Trina, it really is. It's programming that you're not good enough unless you buy this.
yes,
I found Pam Grout. She wrote in her book, and we're going to get to it, that you know what the drug commercials are designed to do? The United States, by the way, is one of the only few countries where drug commercials are actually played by the pharmaceuticals. But here's the thing. Here's the program. You know what they're doing? They're programming you to be sick.
I know that I thought that years ago. I'm like, they're programming people to be sick now. They're programming people to have erectile dysfunction.
How many people have when I saw the one for Peyronie's disease, I said, wait a minute. Did they just say, I, I,
I'm
I,
so glad I don't watch TV anymore, Wayne, because I missed that one and I'm glad.
I said, what? Because
Yeah, it's terrible.
you don't
It
do
is.
that in public. I mean,
Before we used to have commercials of like um shopping centers and restaurants and different stuff like that. And it was cars and but I mean, think about it, when we didn't have any of the drugs. You never saw drugs. You saw a lot of Coca-Cola, you saw Pepsi commercials, Michael Jackson, big thing. We saw that was what we grew up with. This is all about, you're sick, you have a mental disorder, you need to have medication. But by the way, side effects, you might go blind, you might vomit
you might
profusely until your
die,
bowels come out of your
death.
body.
It's like, what?
I know. Look at side effects. I'm like, are you serious? This is worse than what I got.
And I have to confess here, just to let everyone know for full disclosure. So, in the latter part of my video career, I worked in the video duplication industry. That's when I lived in Knoxville, Tennessee. I worked at the largest domestic video duplicator. My clients were as Glaxo,
Oh boy.
Burroughs Wellcome, medical news, Whittle Communications was really very big back in the day. I worked with their division developing medical part. We were the very first company that told pharmaceuticals that they could direct market to doctors using videos. And from there, it's today where during the Clinton administration, it was brought. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I think this is such like, this is how we are programmed. It's by what we see and hear.
I have
Because
to say as well, I'm sorry, Trina.
no, fine.
Peter Smith says cigarettes. And I have to confess, I worked for NASCAR for a number of years. We helped raise corporate money for the race teams.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, Winston Tobacco Company was one of my clients as well.
Marlboro too. They were huge
I
at
had
the
them as
races.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, they were huge at the races. I
But they
remember
were
that.
very big in sports marketing, you know,
We
it
used to
was,
see like Tide and cigarettes and yeah,
oh
weird
yeah,
stuff. It was cool. Yeah,
yeah,
it was
yeah, it was
interesting.
weird, you know. The
Yeah,
focus
Pepsi
back,
Cola. You always had,
yeah.
and then now it's like now we see Home Depot and Walmart. It's like it went from all the normal people to like crazy, crazy corporate. Yeah.
Someone says New Zealand also shows drug commercials. Yeah, only two
Oh wow.
countries. Yeah, the why
Oh,
for?
wow.
Excellent. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah,
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
great information. I
yeah,
didn't know that. Yeah, that's
yeah.
awesome.
I mean, is it's bad enough. I mean, you know what, Trina? You know what got me trapped here?
What?
I think I was sailing through the cosmos, minding my own business,
Uh-huh.
and they had this big sign that says chocolate here. And I said, whoa, what's chocolate? I've been stuck here ever since.
Could be.
That's so,
That's that's what I'm telling you. Yeah,
you know.
know.
Yes, Sharon, I did work for NASCAR, worked for Dale Earnhardt was a client. Richard Petty was my client.
Wow.
Danny Allison was my client. Rusty Wallace, Kyle Petty. Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah.
Those are a good bunch of guys.
Yeah, you know, I knew DW. You know, back in the day, Atlanta was the last race of the season. And so on that last Sunday, the F1 would always have their championship race. And I actually sat in the back with the drivers in the living compartment apartments
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the trailers. Yeah. Anyway,
Absolutely.
there was DW and yeah, there was a number of other people there. I did when I was in Nashville, the NHRA was a client of mine. We
Oh,
yeah, knew Don Garlitz and you
right
know
on.
Shirley Muldowney and you know
Those are some good people.
they are good people.
Yeah, a lot of those
Yeah.
guys were great, good people. We
I'm
did
sorry.
motorsports and all that stuff. So and like I
You
said,
understand?
we
Yeah.
sponsored and yeah. So
Yeah.
but, you kind of
Yeah.
meet these groups and yeah, I liked a lot of the racers. They were good people. I was like, gosh, you guys are just real good people.
Down to
Yeah.
earth, you
Were.
know. In the UK, chocolate means weed. Well, you see that too, April. I kid you
God,
not.
got me right there. Got me. Yeah. I think they're going to flash things in front of your eyes to get you to be drawn.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
going to have to understand that might be a potential trap. So,
It's like letting the bathtub water out. They're going to suck you in any way they can.
yeah, and it's like,
Mhm.
they say just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. And if nothing can stop you from keeping on going, I think that's when you're going to get to the higher realms. But I think it's going to get even trickier there because you're going to think, why would I want to go anywhere else?
That's the problem.
And that's what I'm saying. So you're going to
Yeah.
have to just keep on going because I want to go, I want to find if there's anything physical in this physicality. I want to, because if this is true that I'm my own universe, that's the
Mhm.
first place I want to go.
Would that be considered back home?
I think it would be considered back to the home star because you got to figure the central sun inside of the galactic sun of that universe is going to be your spark.
I see the Superman metaphor, you know, that Krypton, the star.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there might be something to this, but I know that it's like Jesus is always saying, it's in, you got to go. It's about know thyself, Delphi, know thyself. There's something to this that we need to really pay attention. This is about not giving power away, because giving power away or being tricked to give power away, I'm pretty sure that that's what caused a lot of the problems.
I think it, it's it's weird because
Yeah.
people deal with a lot of what we perpetrate in our minds. I mean, angels, demons, Satan, God, and we have this whole cast of characters in here that we frame our reality around.
hmm and it's what's even weirder about that, Wayne, is I literally think it's accurate, because I think that these different stars and stuff in our atmosphere and in our galaxy right here, they might be a lot of the stars that are inhabiting bodies on this planet. So it's a micro macro thing. I see it going both ways. So, you've got angels, archangels, you've got all different kinds of energies, just like human beings. And these things have different attributes based on their consciousness and what they've learned and what they, because I think like attracts like, you become what you are. So it's so crazy when you think about somehow these planets have effects to our physical body through a shared solar system. It's nuts. I mean, how interconnected and interlaced we are through matter to this construct. Imagine how interlaced you are to the galaxy in your own potential universe. So I want to shoot for something like that, because I know that you lose the game if you don't believe in your own self, your own power.
I think that there's a lot of truth in that.
Yeah, I think so.
I often wonder, do we really have, George Lucas's Star Wars world? I mean,
Mhm,
there has to be. I mean, I remember when I read the Emerald books, and the Emerald tablets, and Thoth, as he went forth, he,
mhm.
as he described, he was out beyond anything that was here on Earth. And
Mhm.
he said that as he went through, that there were countless civilizations of different
Yes,
species, some
yes.
that were very unadvanced, very starting out, some that were, as he said, had mastered light.
When I asked creation to show me creation that one time, and I was like, stop. I saw new earths, like, and they were
Hmm.
very primitive. Like, I saw like the elephants, and I saw like primitive, ancient, like I saw old, like what we would think of our ancient history earths. I saw those birthing. I saw that. I think it's a cycle.
I
Like,
think it is too.
yeah, it's birth and death, and it's always doing that, always,
It
always.
seems like, here's my concern, is that when you see all of this,
Mhm.
I you can't help but not think that we've done this before. And my big concern is what I'm seeing with technology, Trina. It's literally, it's absorbing us.
Yes, and it's so funny, because we need to just the ones who understand what's happening with I think they're trying to trap people's light into a quantum
Mm,
situation now. I think this is a
mm.
bigger soul trap that's come into the play. So
So if we hold what in
true to what you are. Don't let them change you into any kind of transpersonal. Don't hook up the loose to, these things. Then when you go, because you're organically gonna die, like organically you should. You'll have the opportunity to bust out of the frequency cage, because you'll know how to adjust your frequency and set your intentions to where you want to go. Think that's 90% of the problem. People don't know where to go when they die. Who? We never been told. We've
I'm
been
going
told
to
to
the
go
beach.
into the Matrix recycling farm.
I'm going to the beach.
I'm going to my own universe, and I want to find multiple beaches, check them out, and then pick one.
But my beach is a universe.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah.
But
And
no,
I'm
I mean,
telling you,
I have my destination in mind. I mean,
but I think, Wayne, that's how, because you're gonna be able to go there. But I think a lot of people, they have no idea. Well, I'm just gonna, if I believe in this, I'm gonna see that God, and I'm gonna go with my God, and they're gonna be so happy to do it. But it might be a recycling trap. So it's like,
I
that's
was
a hard thing for a lot of people to process.
I was just sitting on my beach and I'm watching shooting stars going by, and
Uh-huh.
those are the trapped souls that are going by back into the matrix.
Yeah, that would make total sense. Total sense. Oh my gosh.
And
Yep.
y'all can come by the beach anytime. It's open.
Oh,
You
I'm
know,
gonna hit destination Steiger. Hook me up,
you
Wayne.
know,
Where are you at? Send me to your
you know,
beach.
I
Yeah.
have got a roller coaster that I have built there, Trina, that
Oh,
is
right
going
on.
to just absolutely thrill you. I mean, uh,
Oh,
yeah,
right
yeah.
on.
So, you know, a lot
Oh,
of
that's
people are going,
awesome.
and when I saw, hey, Kaz, how you doing, hon?
Hi,
Uh,
Cass.
when I saw that purple planet, it was quite amazing. I mean, like I said, I was literally orbiting it, and
It's so funny, Wayne. Because I told you about that purple planet, and that's
yeah,
so funny. Maybe that's stuck, and then you went too, because many of us have seen this purple planet. It's pretty, huh?
it is pretty.
Land on it. There's beaches. It's got peach colored sand and all different. It's cool.
I will, if it's got a beach, I'll come out and visit.
Oh, there's
You
beach.
know,
There's
we're going to
beach for
visit because
sure.
yeah,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
but in my universe, I don't know, maybe we do come here for the experience. It's like you were saying when they found half of the gene in my body that I didn't have the other matching, so the disease could never go. You're so right. Each of us create our own universes.
Yeah, and I think that's why I keep being told that diversity is the greatest gift of creation. And I think that's why we travel outside of our universes and we mingle with our brothers and sisters that are other universes, and we exchange genetic codes. We exchange information and light so we can create a fuller, more diverse part of creation. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So everyone, just to know that we did not plan this.
No.
And it's amazing how the conversation just goes there. So I literally just got this book in, and Trina and I were talking, and we're gonna go on this one. I really think this is our next, really developing our consciousness, Trina. So
Yeah.
many people allow programming, they don't want to control their consciousness.
No, and that's just because they've been programmed. Because if they if they're in that state of mind, that means that something else is driving the bus.
Good, good. Love that allegory.
It's true, because
Perfect.
humans, yeah,
Perfect.
our organic spirit, we're creators. That's our
Yes.
nature. We come
Yes.
from that. We are creators. So if that's not in you, that something else is driving the bus.
Now that's a frightening situation. It's like, well, who is up there?
Well, and it could be as simple as a pharmaceutical numbing the brain and numbing the
Oh, isn't it
desire and
true?
taking away the drive and taking away the 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 love of self. It could be a million different things. It could be frequency, it could be food, it could be so many things.
I think that's why spirits are attracted here, is that it really is, it's a buffet.
Yes, I
I
think
mean,
so, Wayne. I do.
what is your desire? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Choose from here, and especially with the frequencies that we're being thrown into.
yeah.
These for I this is a they've opened a door for this now. So it's going to get stronger. So you have to get stronger. Hmm.
Just my experiments that I do here in my house. Um, I think what really gets me is how easily a human being can open up a portal.
I know people do it by accident all the
Yeah,
time and they
it's
don't
like,
even know.
I mean, I tell you, if we could see in a certain spectrum, I think
Yeah.
we would be slack-jawed going,
We would be.
well, no wonder
Ab-
everything's a mess. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And this is a big
And
planet.
yeah,
I mean, it's a big
yes.
one.
And see what I mean, Wayne? Everything is based on our eye.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
there's stuff existing that we can't see. And if we could see, we would have a more clearer understanding of it. But because it's out of our visual range of light, we can't. Doesn't mean it's not existing. It's not there. It's there.
I had a theology teacher bring out a point in the book of Acts where Paul is on the road to Damascus and he's hit with this light. And, he goes into Damascus and, these scales literally fell off his eyes. And this teacher was telling our class, he said, think about what happened to Paul after these scales fell off of his eyes. He said, but more importantly, he says, what creature has scales?
Serpent.
Serpents.
Yep.
And when Paul had the scales fall off of his eyes, he could see the spirit realm.
Yes. So I'm telling you, the sin is the skin. That's what they told me. They're like, that's what blocks you off from what you are.
Hey, Gullible Travels, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Ron Weiss, haven't seen you in a while either. Good to see you. But isn't that interesting?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that's what they were like, remember, they're like, you have been set free from the watery grave of which you slept. You're now free from the bondage of the serpent. I was like, what? Yeah. Something
There
to
have
that.
been abductees that have said the same thing, that
Really?
they're the aliens, that there is literally
Oh yeah, that
something of
film
our eyes.
coverage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And I wonder, because you see, Trina, there has to be a physical interference that has limited our vision to see into the spirit realm. Now, I've had the gifting, for instance, one of the gifts of the Holy Spirit is that you can see spirits
Mm-hmm.
and you can actually see the spirit realm around you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are many that in magicians, witches, wizards, sorcerers who can do the same thing and actually have angels, demons,
All of
daemons,
the above.
yeah,
Yeah.
manifest, yeah, that
Yes.
they can see them. And I wonder sometime, are they actually manifesting, or is it that the fact that there's something that's being removed physically from the person looking at it? They say right now
I
in your
think
office, in your house, I could probably see, a half a dozen or more spiritual energies.
See, that's because your veil is thin on your eyes.
Oh,
So
good point. Good point.
and that's
Yeah.
because of your vibration, and that's because of that work that you're doing in meditation, and it's because of the spiritual gifts that you were born with. So between that beautiful mixture of magic and bliss, this is why you can see more than others.
It may be why children can as well.
Yeah, because the veil hasn't
Oh,
solidified.
very
And
good
like I
point.
said,
Yeah.
the veil has not gone solid yet, and you are decalcifying the veil. You are poking holes through it. You're breaking it
That
down and
makes
making
sense.
it thinner and thinner and thinner. And that is because of what's going on within the mind. That's ascension,
Fantastic.
Wayne. That is ascension, to get out of the veil, the illusion, the Maya, the sleep.
Have you ever
Yeah.
found yourself in a room that you were trying to get in, and then all of a sudden you're in the room and you're going, how did I get in here?
Yeah.
I think sometimes that's what ascension is. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I still get this sense that we're going to have to acclimate to this ethereal realm. And I just read recently that in some of the near-death experiences, um, over 4,000, by the way, this book I'm reading, and it's quite interesting because many of the people said that they experienced a sense of spinning out of control because the vision was not something that they could stabilize.
That makes sense. The
Yeah.
dizzy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because the energy's moving too fast. And see, that's what I mean. You have to be able to increase your speed and match it, and then it'll snap into focus.
Yes. Yes.
Speed it up. You got to speed it up. Yep.
This has been a great conversation. I
Yeah.
just got to tell you, I love it.
Yeah, we're going to learn how to navigate when we get.
I think we're
lucid.
going to get there. We're
Yeah,
going to practice
we're
with,
going to learn. Yep.
you know, I'm encouraging everyone to get rods, because if we can begin, like I said yesterday, Trina, if we can begin to do this collectively, use this medium called YouTube.
Yeah.
What are you grinning about?
It's like I see it like these are like Tesla laser beams with like all this focus and aim at something like, oh boy.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah. That's what I just saw. I was like, oh dear God, oh boy, oh God, what are we gonna do with this?
I can see it now.
This group is powerful. This group
I can
is
hear it around.
powerful.
Everyone's going to go pew, 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 pew.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If we ever got straight up focused in line and really started focusing our energy, holy man, stuff is gonna happen.
Oh, that is just too
Yeah, it was like,
funny.
oh my gosh, it was like giving kids like real lightsabers and saying, wait a minute, we need
Yeah.
training first because
Whoa,
we
whoa,
blow
whoa.
stuff up. Yeah, yeah.
Be
Oh,
careful
my-
with that.
Yep. It's like,
Someone
choo,
wrote to
choo,
me and they said,
choo.
you have to be careful how you what did she said there? Because she was saying she literally cleans her house with the rods.
You can. So I'm telling you, it's when
Yes.
we start to really understand that we manipulate matter, literally, but we all think it has to be a certain way because it's our programs.
Yeah.
We need to break them.
I'm beginning to see divination almost like second or third tier, that the
Well,
real
what it does is it reconnects the clear audience and the clear visual. So it's reactivating those glands in your brain that can get the vibrations into the higher dimensions. Without those operating capacities, you cannot enter the higher dimensions. So that's why the target on the pineal gland is so extreme, because this is exactly what needs to happen to stop that from functioning. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I
Mhm.
just saw that is the gatekeeper, your
It's
frequency.
the magic triangle in the
It won't
mind,
let
and
you
it
through.
connects to the heart, and it's that too, and the heart, and it's the triangle, and it's bam. Yeah, that's how you get to the vibrational rate
Mm,
of the highest dimensions. You can't even get there unless you've got that going on, access through that seventh or eighth higher realms. You got to get up there.
wow. Hey, Big Al. Perry, how y'all doing on the road? Nina the Mystic has her show tonight, I think 10 p.m. Eastern, over on her channel. I think it's her YouTube, on her Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Um, you know what? Trina, that is so profound. I just saw that. I mean, it's how loved ones that can meet on the other side, that at that point where one goes off in one direction than the other, because
It's what they see.
yeah,
What they
because
literally
yeah,
see and where they can
yeah,
go in their consciousness.
yeah,
Absolutely. That's why I
yeah.
said we will go. You have to go where you're supposed to go. If this is correct, because I used to see this when I was young, I would be what they would call a gatekeeper. Souls couldn't enter certain levels of creation because if the vibration was too high, it could literally blow their like apart, and then they'd have to
It's
take a
called the
long
second
time.
death.
It would be, but they could be repaired. They
Okay,
had to, it just took a long time to
I
bring them
could see that.
partically back together. And then the lower dimensions would be like nails on a chalkboard. Like they would feel like they were falling into the earth, like it was too heavy. It was too, so like vibration was, to me, that was the gatekeeper, is your vibration. It literally
Yes,
accesses you to the dimensions. It's about what you think and feel and how fast can you go?
I think that's where literally it is.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do.
I I have said this, and I have said before, and I know we need to get it wrapped up, but one lifetime isn't enough.
Yeah, I think,
And
yeah,
I was doing the dishes, and I was back in my castle.
right on.
I mean, this is no BS. I mean, I was
I
back
know.
in, and I stepped back and I told Lynn, I said, that was really weird. And she says, looked at me and she said, where'd you go? I said, I was in a freaking castle. And she
So
only said,
awesome.
she said, well, tell me you were sitting on the throne and not pulling the throne waist out.
Absolutely.
Because
That's
she always
awesome,
says,
Wayne.
she says, I always hear people reincarnating saying they were kings and queens, but she says, where's the poor bastard that has to take out the crap water? You know, we never hear about them reincarnating.
Mm-mm.
No, anyway,
Yeah.
but I
Yep.
was, yeah, yeah. So
Oh, that did that. I wonder if that
it was weird.
timeline is really close to this one. I wonder.
I don't know. I'm beginning to see, as you were saying, you know, I did a video on this. I think it was November 9th, 2016.
I wonder if that's a future potential.
Oh, that's a good
Reality,
point.
you're starting to see it.
That's a good point.
Holy crap. Wow. Literally, wow. Guys, Wayne's got a castle. Let's focus on that. That gives us a focus point for the timeline.
I actually do. I was literally, it was my
Wow.
castle. I mean, it was mine. I knew that.
Whoa.
But anyway, you see,
Wow.
there is this thing. When I made the video, folks, go back in the archives. It's there. Um, I felt the time shift. I
Mhm.
literally, I saw it.
Mhm.
And when people woke up the next morning, I still have the emails. I had two women in particularly who told me in the email that they were not supposed to be here.
Mhm.
One woman got very almost too detailed, and she says, the man that I'm married to,
Mhm.
he doesn't, she said, he is not my husband.
Yep. Yep.
She
The
said,
doppelganger. They're in the reality with the double, the
she said, I
doppelganger. Yep.
don't belong in
Totally.
this reality.
Yep. Yep. But the thing is just hold on through these weird waves because you might snap back into the right one.
True. Yeah.
'Cause
It's
I do.
vibrational.
This is
Yeah.
game on right now,
Yeah.
and they're messing with
Vibrational.
stuff. So just hang on and keep focusing on what you know you want and what you know is true to your heart. And just keep going with that and stay on these positive manifestation timelines because they're trying to drive us into a ditch, y'all. Don't let them.
Yeah. Annie Queenie says, I also know I'm going to the beach. Hey, it's going to be a great place,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
as
You
you
know what?
just,
All of us have a desire to go to a beach. It's funny. I wonder if part of our original essence is aquatic.
of all the places I could have picked, mountain, valleys and everything else, it was the beach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I can hear the seagulls right now, I can smell
Think
the,
about it. That's our
yeah.
program for vacation.
Yes. Brian and I used to talk, because I told him about my beach.
Uh-huh.
And I bet you he's already there.
Absolutely. Uh,
I think he's riding the roller coaster.
I was gonna say it. I bet
I
he's
can
got
hear him saying,
the
keep
stage
on,
all set
Steiger, keep
up
on.
and yeah, he's got the lineup ready for your arrival.
Oh, this is just too good.
Yeah,
Oh, oh,
absolutely.
all right. Everyone's out there. Mossy Man says beach now. Everyone, yep, yep. See, we started this. People are hearing the waves crash, and and if
This is
you
how
really
we do it.
stop, breathe in, and you can almost smell that salt air. You can almost see it. And people who go to the beach, when it's not the full marine layer, it's just that haze. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And you're walking and you can feel your feet, and it's right on the edge where the water. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah. See? Now I bet
Yeah.
you if we
See, it
did
made
the
me
odds,
breathe. And you know, when you're imagining and your body takes a deep breath, you're anchoring that energy into your essence, into the reality.
See if we can just do it. Let's get the, there we go. Oh, they're strong.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just all concentrate on the beach. Oh, yeah. See, there we go. Mm. I love the beach. And oh, man. Yeah, it's wide open, folks. All right. We're at the beach. The
Yes,
beach it is.
absolutely.
Oh,
Brian's probably like, what took you guys so
yeah. It's
long?
like, man, thought you guys were going to be able to, transcendental meditation. Just,
Yeah.
we'll get there.
So yes, we will.
Okay.
Yes, we will.
Well, Miss Trina, 11111 across the board in my digital clock here. So,
Gotta love it.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, folks. Are you, I know Robert had to go to work. So y'all going to be next. Is it, and is
Yes.
David Barry going to be on there?
Yeah, I think David's gonna be on Saturday, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to do one on Friday. I haven't heard from Robert, but like I said, he was called in for some crazy shifts
Yep.
at the plant. And
Yep.
no one else could
Doesn't
do it, but
surprise
he did,
me. Hey,
Yep.
listen, it happens.
It does, it does. And that's what I mean. It's a bummer, but it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's okay.
It just shows you that you're excellent in what you do.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and
Yeah.
I think
When you're the only one that can fix it.
you're the
We
man.
need you to show up.
As Trina's cards would say, the dude most high.
Absolutely.
That's good. And I know you are on your channel. I see you all the time. And Kaz has her channel. Nina, everyone, we just anyway, what is your week going to be like? Are you going to be on this week or?
I'm going to try. I've got a lot of work to do. And like I said, right now, with whatever's going on astrologically, I've been trying to spend a lot of time in some really positive timelines and really trying to manifest that. That's why I was drawn to do the chakra thing about clear them out. And then you can release them if you need to where there's no hooks or no controls, and then get connected. So funny when we talk about those boneless ones, I see them with 3 primary lights in that body. And the largest one is in the solar plexus in the heart center. And then the second brightest one is in the forehead. And then the third one is like down below the stomach, like going towards the thighs, but it's just a light. It's a dimmer light. But yeah, I see 3 primary lights that are in these boneless ones that, and I think that's our original light body in any kind of a man template.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the original. Yeah. And their veins, they got light running through them. So you can see the vein.
I could see that.
Yeah, and the light runs through the vein and it's water. It's water, magic light blood.
We find aquatic life that's, like 10,000 feet down. Same thing.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Check that out. Yeah.
Wow.
The
light glows from the inside out.
Yep. They're luminescent.
Kind of light.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's crazy different. Yeah.
Well,
So
everyone,
that's something.
thank you. Everyone's just giving us so much love. Well, we just
love you back and happy
Yes.
birthday, Brenda. I love you
Yes,
so
Brenda.
much. Milky's mom.
Yes, my
Hugs.
dear.
And group hugs, Soul Tribe hugs.
Yeah, big one, big one, big one.
Yes, big hugs.
What was it back in the 80s? The Hands Across America. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. And
That was cool. That was really cool.
I participated in that. That was, I wish that we would do that again. You can say as crazy as the 80s was, we did Live Aid, we did Hands Across America. It's this type of connecting energy that would counter all this negative crap that's out there.
So funny, and that's why they've done all this stuff. So we can't do things like that because that would be absolutely off limits.
Oh, that's right. No social distancing on that one.
You got it. But think about this, Wayne. It's just as powerful if we do it in our imagination.
Yeah. And that's what we're getting good at, Trina. That's what we're going to get better at.
Yes.
Yep.
And it affects the reality. There's only a 2% difference between what we see and what's imagined. So it will affect the reality as if we did it in real time with real flesh. It does not matter, because if we imagine it and put enough intention and emotion into it, it's the same effect on the planet. This is the stuff that changes the world, that kind of stuff.
We're going to do it, folks.
Yep.
We've got to. BOSTO is a good one, but we've got to get people connected again. People have lost hope, Trina, and I think that we are the light beings that can help them get that hope back. Counter the
Absolutely.
message.
Absolutely. And it's just hard because they're getting hit so bad with negative programs. So they got to
Everywhere.
break out of that. They have to start to look into different, they have to start looking at things that they've never known could be possible or true, because through confusion patterns, you can shape and shift your conscious reality, which will shape and shift your vibration, which will start to bring you into a better reality. It's a process.
What are those, Al? Roses? Are those, do you see those roses? I mean, are those roses? Are they?
Yes, they are.
Okay, but they look wilted.
Yeah, it's like a tulip almost. You know, the neck drips. Yeah. Yeah.
Here we are dropping into the conversation.
Absolutely.
All right, folks, we went really over. Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow. I think I got Jennifer joining us, so have a chance. Want to get Amber Dawn on as well. And yes, yep. And love to get Jules on with us again.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it
I
was.
love Jules. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
got to get
I
her
love
on.
her.
Yeah,
I resonate with her brain so much. It's so profound. But like I said, don't get upset if I'm real quiet, Wayne, because I just go like listening to her, Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
she's
that ain't going to happen. I mean, it's like, this is very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I love the way she puts words together. I love her alchemy. I love her poems. I love her spirit. I love how she's created her own world within this world. And her reality is heaven on earth to most of us. And she's emanating it live, real time, right now. That is a goddess.
She is, as we would say, walking the talk.
You got it.
Talking the walk.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So I tell you,
Don't you forget it, baby.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone, we appreciate you. Love you so much.
Yes.
We'll see you on Trina's channel, the Soul Tribe channel, the rest on the Need of the Mystics, all the rest of them. So we'll see you also next Tuesday. All right. Okay, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.